Yo, what's poppin'? Today we're gonna be going over pure Tri-Brigade. Well, Zodiac Tri-Brigade, whatever. It's like a small zoo package. Let me live my life. Let's not get into semantics. Anyway, this is a deck I've been playing online a lot. I figured it was time to bite the bullet because I do like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With expensive pieces of cardboard. So I've been picking up cards, for a little bit now, and it's time to showcase the deck. I gotta say, if you like the video, hit me with a like, hit me with a comment, hit me with a subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. If you don't, I just gotta say it. I still hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, and that's all I got. Let's just get into the deck. So I want to mention, as always, if you don't feel like listening to my voice, which I never do, um, I will have the deck list in the description. If you want to just copy it, use it as a baseline, and improve it from there, you are free to. Um, but yeah, let's just hop right in. We've got 3 Fractal. So this is the Foolish Burial of the deck. Huge. The 1900 Beat Stick. It's just such a good card. It's the only Tri-Brigade that's searchable by Tinky, which is also pretty important. Um, and yeah, it's just really great. It's like the main starter of the deck. It gives us access to everything that we want. His effect also helps us to get more fodder in the graveyard, which is really, really important. The other thing to remember is you can activate his the Foolish Burial effect from the field, so that's important. If it lasts a turn, then you can activate the effect to summon a monster, and then afterwards activate his other effect, send itself to the grave. Send Nerval, add another Tri-Brigade, and keep on popping. We have 3 Kit, really important because she sends Tri-Brigade cards to the grave. This makes Rendezvous searchable to help you protect your barrier statue or what have you, but also just helps fill up the graveyard with names. 2 Chaos, it's the only one that can special itself, which is really important. It doesn't really have like a floating or a starting effect, which is why I only run it at 2. But it's still a good card to, like I said, it is the only one that can summon itself, which is pretty huge. 3 Nerval. Nerval lets us search anything, which is really, really important. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a really good card. Just having access to any of your monsters is huge. So, Rendezvous, like I said, this helps us protect our linked Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters. So, primarily, we're going to be protecting Barrier Statue. And 3 Revolt, this is the best card in the deck. This card reads: mill a card, add a card, non-targeting banish a card, and also chain block. No big deal. Oh, and also summon a big monster. No big deal. This big monster also floats. No big deal. Like, this card is crazy. Yeah, it's just so good. It's just so good. Going on, that's our Tri-Brigade package. We've got a bunch of one-ofs, so we have 1 Barrier Statue, which isn't the best card, but it's not a true brick. There are definitely ways where you can play around with it, or depending on the hand that you draw, discarding it off of Karos is not the worst thing in the world. From here, we have our Zodiac package. So 1 Rat, 1 Whiptail, 1 Ram, and 1 Barrage. Pretty standard. Like, the zoos not only give us access to Zeus, but also really, really help with filling the graveyard so that Revolt is always live. And yeah, really, really good synergy, which is not surprising at all because it's a good Beast Warrior archetype. Some other generics. We have 3 Tenki. Excuse the mismatch rarity, but I'm not gonna buy 1 or 2 more Tenkis to get them to match. Yeah, sorry. This searches Fractal or a Zodiac, depending on what you don't have in hand. Reborn, Really generic. Foolish, basically the fourth copy of Fractal. Called by. Make sure you don't lose to Ash in the end phase on your Simorg or Ash on your Fractal Nerval, whatever. Really good card. Then we have 3 Trap Trick. So 6 copies of Revolt, basically. And 3 copies of Harpy's Featherstorm. This card is VFD. It's huge. And like, yeah, if you don't know what it does, if you control a winged beast monster until the end of this turn, negate any effect your opponent activates. So yeah, it's nuts. It's searchable. We always have access to a winged beast monster through the extra deck. I've also won games literally by normal summon Nerval, set Featherstorm, and pass. And then the opponent, summons, tries to play. We just Featherstorm and go from there. Like, it's a crazy card. It's a crazy card. And I love the Trap Trick because this means we're either playing 6 copies of Harpy's Featherstorm, which is an auto win, or Revolt, which is also almost an auto win. Like, I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to win games, and you win games by not letting your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is what this card does. Onto hand trap / going second cards. Right now, I'm on 2 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Dark Ruler. That's usually enough. 8 going second cards is not too bad. And yeah, Dark Ruler is kind of mandatory. It's like just a solid blowout. Ash is Ash. It's super generic. Stopping Nadir is huge. And then Nib is good against Rogue. It's good against combo. It's a pretty decent card. What's also kind of funny with this deck is Revolt will open you up to getting nibbed on your opponent's turn. So be wary of that. On to the extra deck. We are going to start with basically our Zodiacs. So we have 1 Tiger Mortar, 1 Dryadent, 1 Chakanine, 1 Borbo, and the best zoo monster, Zeus. Yeah, I mean, if you can play Zeus, and I can play Zeus, so I do. We have 2 Farragut, the Barren Blossom. She's nice, just being able to summon extra Tri-Brigades. She's like a nice little extender. Her effect is a mulligan, which is also really important and can come in handy with a Revolt. We also are running 2 Shurag, which fucking amazing card. Excuse my language. But yeah, non-targeting banish, and it's not only when he's summoned; it's also when a winged beast, or beast warrior monster is summoned. So yeah, even on our opponent's turn, yeah, you can just keep banishing stuff just every turn. Just pop, pop, pop. Pretty sick. We have 1 Harpy Conductor. You need just an easy link to Winged Beast so that you can go into Simorg. 1 Double Dragon Lords. It's a nice interruption. You can, use your spent tankies as interruptions, which is nice. Doom Eagle helps with OTKs. It's also like Transmigration Prophecy on legs every turn. Half of Transmigration Prophecy, but that can be important as well. 1 Simorg, yeah, it's just like crazy. And if this card can stay on the field for multiple turns, you're going to win. Because that means you're getting Nerval multiple turns. It means you're like just recurring resources, and that means that your opponent isn't getting over everything that you have. 1 Appaloosa, easy to summon. It's nice to have negates. It helps make your turn safe, helps with interruptions on your opponent's turn. Really important card, easy to summon. And finally, we have an Almirage. This can let us get both Nerval and Kit off board, activate their effects, and get our little engine going. So that is the deck. This deck has been so fun. I actually haven't played with this IRL version yet, but I've been playing on DB. I'm at like 830 rating or something, which is not too bad. I'm not very good at Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's just the deck carrying me. Um, but yeah, let's hop into some combos. All right, so this combo is just going to be basically Rat Pierre. So this is either Rat or Tenki. Um, Plus any Tri-Brigade. Fractal's the coolest, so I grabbed Fractal. But what we're going to do is just normal summon Rat. Rat effect, send Ram. We overlay Chakanine effect, detach to special summon Ram from grave. We will overlay Drident, detach, pop Ram's grave effect, which I didn't know it had one, special out the Chakanine, overlaid into Tiger Mortar effect, detach, attach whatever to Chakanine effect, detach, special summon. From here, we turn any two of them into Blossom. We will activate Blossom's effect to special summon Fractal from grave, or from hand, excuse me. From here, we are going to banish 3 and summon out Simorgh. Then we turn the remaining into Appaloosa. So this is going to insulate us from any hand traps, like if they try to Ash our Simorgh in the end phase. We've got Appaloosa for that. And then we're going to have Barrier Statue, and this is surprisingly annoying to out. Because it also all but guarantees Appaloosa in main phase 2. Main phase 2 Appaloosa is so annoying because you can't attack over it. It's like your opponent is given the choice to either attack over the Barrier Statue that we will summon in end phase, or they are going to try and they're going to have to attack over Appaloosa, which is still going to leave the Barrier Statue. Granted, it'll remove some of our negates, but that's also likely going to leave Simorgh on board, so that during our opponent's end phase, we just summon out another Nerval. And then what do they do? We still have like 3 cards in hand, and we have so much fodder. It's hard. It's hard for the opponent to out. It really is. So this isn't necessarily a combo, but sometimes you'll just open like 3 hand traps and let's just say Nerval plus Revolt. This feels kind of dead. It is not. So all you do, normal summon Nerval, link into Almirage. We will then activate the Nerval effect. That will let us add a Fractal. Activate Fractal. Send Kit. Kit effect to send either Kairos or Fractal, whichever. But we just need 4 names in the grave. And then we just set the Revolt and pass. Then on our opponent's turn, we wait till the crucial moment, activate Revolt, special summon 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, link them all the way into Shurag, whatever you want to call them. And again, from here, we're going to go mill. So we'll go Chainlink 1 Omen, Chainlink 2 Nerval, Chainlink 3 Kit. Because Kit is by far the least important Tri-Brigade at this moment. Because we're going to banish an important card. We're going to add another card for resources on our next turn. And then basically Kit just chain blocks. And yeah, it's like deceptively strong and resilient. And it can happen frequently because not only are we running this like combo, I guess you could call it, works with either Kit or Nerval. And also we're running 3 Trap Trick, 3 Revolt. So there are plenty of times where you're going to open something like this, which is kind of awkward. I don't know how much value there is in test hands, but I love test hands. And I think they're the best measure of a deck's consistency. So like, you can have a super high roll FTK that you hit once every 20 hands, and then lose the 19 other hands, and then how good is your deck actually? So, yeah, I'm just gonna run a couple test hands, partially because I think it's really fun, and I think again it can demonstrate how strong the deck actually is. As always, no editing magic. I'm shuffling right here, right now. You guys see it. And yeah, let's hop into it. So, Foolish, Dark Ruler, Fractal, Kit, and Trap Trick. The wonderful thing about this is this hand is good going first or going second. Like, it's opening Dark Ruler means mostly you're safe going second unless you're playing against a like a back row heavy deck, but those aren't super common right now. But yeah, what we would probably do, I would probably start off and go Fractal, send Nerval at Keros, activate Keros to special, send Kit, send Rendezvous, and activate Keros. And again, the lovely thing here, let's say our opponent gammaed us right here. I'm not going to pretend that it would be great, but if we got hit with Gamma right here, we just set Trap Trick pass, and again, we have unlimited follow-up because we're going to activate all of these effects again, and we're also going to have an interruption. But just for demonstration purposes, we're going to pretend we don't get Gamma here, so we resolve the Keros, summon some Org, set Trap Trick, and pass. So in the end phase, we summon out our Barrier Statue. And yeah, this is just deceptively strong. Like, he was kind of off screen. Since Barrier Statue is getting pointed at by Samorg, he can't be targeted, so they can't just drop an Imperm on us. If they Dark Ruler us, we cannot lose the game this turn. And we'll still have an interruption and a bunch of follow-up with Trap Trick into Revolt. Or if they Dark Ruler us and we just say, I don't care, we go Trap Trick into Featherstorm, and our opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! That turn. And we just go from there. Like, yeah, how many decks can play through this board without activating monster effects? So, yeah, it's my favorite thing about this deck is it's just so simple. I've got like 84 IQ, and I can pilot this deck relatively well. Because it's just really straightforward. You don't have to think about nib. Like, I just did this turn and 2 summons, and yeah, it's like, it's a deceptively strong board. Let us do one more. As always, just doing a little shuffling. Let's see if we brick. I talk about how strong and consistent the deck is, and then that's when I always brick, but we will see. All right. Here we go. Kit, so not a brick. Ash, Tenki, Nib, and Nerval. So another hand that is strong going first or second. For this hand, we have 2 options. If we wanted to play it safe, we could just summon the Kit, link off, send some cards, and play kind of safe. here, we'll just show that line real quick. So normal, link, send nerval, add Keros. We could then special, activate, banish 3, summon Simorg. From here, we probably go Tenki, summon Rat, activate Rat, send Ram, and from here, it just depends on how much you respect Nib. We're just going to play around Nib here. And just go straight into Trident so that we stay under 4 summons. And then, same deal, end phase. We will activate the Simorg effect and summon Barrier Statue. So, in this instance, Trident basically acts as Rendezvous. It's just a way so that we can protect the Barrier Statue on our opponent's turn, so that, again, they can't play the game, because that's how you win Yu-Gi-Oh! These days. But again, it's really simple. If they do bust through the board, we have 2 strong hand traps to keep us safe, and we should hopefully have some follow-ups as well. The other way to play this hand would be, what did we open? Something like this. The other way to play this hand would to be start with going for the Tenki, add Rat, normal summon Rat, send Ram. Then we do the combo here. I already showed that, so I'm just going to skip a step here. Basically, we'll end with a Chakanine on board, these guys in the grave, and a Blossom on the field. And then we will activate Blossom effect, special summon Nerval, activate Nerval, banish 2 for the big boy, double Dragon Lords. And then we could just turn these 2 into Simorg. Nerval, we'll just add Keros because that was at the top of the deck. And we've basically the same thing. The main difference is we have more monsters in the grave for follow-up. We have more follow-up in hand. But this way we're playing into Nib more, but both can be relatively strong. I do find that games 2 and 3, my opponents will, I feel like, side out Nib. Because, like, if I go first and I just summon, just do, like, 3 summons to get out the bird, they're not gonna, they're gonna recognize that I'm playing around Nib and then generally side it out. And then games 2 and 3, I can go a little bit harder and go a little bit more greedy. But it doesn't always work like that. You will get punished sometimes. But I guess that's the deck. That's all I've got for you today. I really hope you enjoyed it. This deck is so much fun. I'm glad I have it IRL. I want to play in my remote locals with this deck going forward. Because it's just so much fun and it's so strong and consistent. This is the closest to a meta deck that I've ever played. Like, I've always played weird off-meta stuff because that's just kind of what I like. But anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Peace.